Hello, welcome to Fancy Crafts. Okay, I'm doing another frog one, and I'm going to do something a little bit different this time. I have picked these two red eyes here, and I have marked the back of them where the little white is on the eyes so that you can tell where that is. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. I do have the outside of these lined out on the frog, but it is fading. But anyways, and I'm going to be using this UV resin here. Okay. And I'm just going to drop it down into the eye. And I'm going to put this where I want the little white to be. Let me see, what can I use? I think I'm going to use this little and get this down in there where I want it. Okay, and then I have my light. I'm gonna take the frog away from you for a minute because I don't want this shining in anybody's face. Okay, and then I will do the other side. I do have a little air bubble in this side here. I'm going to pop it. And I'm just going to do the same with this one and get it down in where I want it. I just got to get it. Okay. All right, so I have him all set up with the eyes on where I want them. I'm just going to come over the top of it and give this a minute to cure up some. And I'm looking away from the light because I don't want it to affect my eyes. Okay. I think we're pretty good with that. And then I'm going to be using the Interference Violet by Let's Resin. That is one thing that I will be using, but I'll do that in the next step. Okay, I've mixed up 50 grams of A and 45 grams of B, and I am just going to dump down in there. I put it in the degasser already to get all the bubbles out. And I'm just going to scrape my cup and make sure I get it all. Okay, so there is that step. I will let that set up, and then, and I'm going to come in, whoops, I got a little bit up on the, I'm going to come in just with my torch a little bit and just do the center. I don't want it, I don't want to get up against the edges because then the resin will mold to my frog mold. So there you guys have that. And then I will be back to do the next step that I'm planning on doing on this one. In my near future, I am planning on getting some other molds. I have other molds. I just got to get them pulled out and see what I have, so I can start doing some different things for you guys, so you're not so bored with the same old thing. But I just wanted to do this technique that I saw another lady, Julie Cuts, do, and I'm trying my own little spin-off of this, of what she had done on one of her videos, and we're gonna just see how it works. So we will just go from there. Hello, welcome back. Okay, I have changed my mind. I'm not going to do the purple. I changed my mind. I'm going to do green instead. So here we go. We're just going to get started. And I am going to use my UV resin. And I'm going to put some dots down in my frog. Okay, let me start with that. All right. I might have to bust open my other bottle that I have. All right. This bottle's getting pretty low. I like trying to use as much as I can out of these and getting them as close to empty as I can so that it's not so wasteful. Okay. I'm putting some pretty decent size dots in there. All right, I want to be able to see where I'm going with this without breaking the seal. So I'm going to flip him right around. Whoops. So I can get the back side and see where I am with this. All right. I'll give this a minute to set up, and then I will go back through and see if I've missed any spots. Having my morning coffee. Okay. Some of the ones up in his head are still a little tacky, so I will let it set with those a little bit. And I think that'll be pretty good for that step. While I'm waiting on that, I've got a little dish here, and I'm just going to dump some of this interference green down in this little dish, just so I'm not wasting so much. Not very much, but I can always add to it. And here's my little makeup brush. Very soft, and I'll use it. I guess I should clean it out from the last one there. But there you have it. Okay, I think it's pretty good. So I'm going to just go ahead and get started. And I'm going to brush down on this frog's head and down in there first. And just make sure that I coat it real good. And I'm, of course, going to dump a little more. Oh, a little too much. But that's all right, because I can just dump it back in. And I'm just spinning the frog around just so that I can see where I've got to get. And I think I pretty much got him. And I'm going to try dumping the rest of it down in and then wiping. I'm going to just wipe the tops off here and kind of down in his legs a little bit, because I don't want it all up in there, because I'm going to be using the other green on this. So I'll just kind of clean the frog's butt area up. And I think we're pretty good on that. So I'll just take the rest of this and dump it back in the bottle so we're not wasting. Just make sure I've got a good coating on everything. All right, and I'll clean that mess up later. Like I said, I'm just gonna go through and clean him up just a little bit. All right, I have maxed this cup right out, and I have 125 grams of A and 115 grams of B. I have mixed it really well, and I'm going to be careful stirring because it is topped right out with resin. So I'm going to put a couple good sized heaping scoops of this green, and it is a silicone putty resin, mica powder, whatever that means. I guess you can do it with that as well. But I'm just going to use it in the resin, And give me a minute and I'll be right back. Let me get this mixed good. Okay, I'm back. So like I showed you a few minutes ago, I added this green, and then I added some of this black mica powder and some of this black alcohol ink in to get this dark green. So all I'm going to do now that we've got that situated, and I have something down in his leg. Hold on a minute. Let me just get that. I don't know what that was, but okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with it and pour all of this in. Oh, very pretty green. And I might end up having to add more, which I know I will. Okay. I'll be back just in a second to scrape that. Because I want to get as much of this as I can in him. Okay, so there is that. Let me clean my stick up here. And I did dribble a little bit right there. Okay. Now guys, I am going to clean my hands. I'm using alcohol and then a baby wipe. And then took care of that, put a little bit of alcohol spray in there just so that it will take care of the bubbles. And we will let this set up, and then I will be back for the next step of this. And I will catch you guys in a bit. Okay, welcome back. All right, I got my epoxy all mixed up, and I am going to use this green mica powder. I'm just going to put a couple scoops of it. I'll mix it up really good. And it's a little bit different than the green that's in there right now. But I want it to be just a little bit lighter. So I'm going to use this white pigment paste, or mica powder, and I'm just going to put 1 scoop of it in, just to lighten it up a little bit. And I'm pretty happy with that. It's like a mint green. So I am pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and just dump it in. And this should push right up and into the frog's feet. I did spill just a little bit right here. Okay, I need to add just a little bit more, and I will do that, and then I will be back for the demolding. I'll go ahead and mix up just a little bit more and go from there. And then I'll be back for the demolding. Okay, welcome back. Here is the end results for this little frog. Try getting his feet out. This mold is, for some reason, always difficult for me. Get his feet out first. He's still a little bendy, but that's quite okay. All right. Okay. So there's his back feet. And in between his legs and the body is always tough for me. All right, so there's one. There's two. Okay, so here we go. Get the front feet out, and then his head. Okay, so we got the worst of it. And let me pull the rest of the mold off, and I'll pop it back in, and we shall see how he looks. All right, so that's the back side. And here is the eyes. Oh my gosh, look how pretty he looks. I think he turned out pretty amazing. I'm very pleased with him. His eyes look pretty good. So there you have it. Another frog done. And look at the bubbles down in his back. In the front of his face. Yeah. So there you have it. It's done. I think it turned out pretty good. All right, I will catch you guys on the next video.